Hi Stampers, it's Madeline from stampwithmadelyn.com, and today I am casing a card that I saw from stampwithamyk.com. Hers is a little bit different than this one, and this was my second card that I did at my Stamp 10 Club. And I just love the Mediterranean Moments stamp set, but when I got it, I couldn't really figure out what should be the first thing that I do with it. So this kind of got my motivation going, and I just love the style of the card. So what's nice about this card is that you can really use a lot of different stamp sets with this kind of style with a circle on top. But I love this because it looks like the table is in the alleyway here. You also have a lot of versatility with this. You could color this in more if you want. I just color in a little bit on this because I like the look of the alleyway not colored, but that's totally up to you. So what you will need in order to make this card is you'll need your card base, which is So Saffron. So I did this the long way, so it's 4.25 by 11, and you want to score it in the middle. Then you need a piece of Very Vanilla. So I did this a little bit smaller so that the So Saffron would show through. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. Then you need to make 2 circles. So this is in soft suede, and it's just a normal circle from the Layering Circle framelits. But then I took a Very Vanilla piece and I used the stitch-shaped framelits to make this smaller circle. I love the stitching. I think it really finishes a card and looks beautiful. I'll have all the links for this on my blog, stampingwithmadelyn.com. The link will be below this video, so definitely check it out because I'll have all the links and all the measurements for this card. So that'll go on top like this. Then I took a piece of designer series paper from Affectionately Yours, which is in the annual catalog, and the annual catalog will be finished May 31st, so you want to get what you want from that before then. So definitely go over to my blog, check it out. If you would like catalogs, let me know. I'd love your business and love for you to be one of my customers, so just reach out to me. So this is a strip from the designer series paper of Affectionately Yours. I did 1 inch by 5 1/4, so that way it would fit the entire length of the Very Vanilla and a little bit over. Then I did a piece of ribbon. So this is the Very Vanilla soft satin ribbon, and this is in the Occasions catalog. I did do a paper and ribbon swap for this Occasions catalog. So you get 54 pieces of designer series paper and 6 yards of ribbon. So if you're interested in that, I have a few extras that are left. So please reach out to me if you'd like that. It has everything from the Occasions catalog that you would need, designer series paper and ribbon wise. So this is a Very Vanilla soft satin ribbon. I cut it just to cover up that designer series paper like that. And then this is going to go on top. And then lastly, you'll just need a strip of So Saffron for the sentiment here. And we'll cut this down. I did it at 5 1/2, but I'm going to cut it down. So I would cut it at 4, and then you can stamp the happy birthday or whatever sentiment you want and then cut it into a banner or use your triple banner punch. Okay, so let's get started. What you're going to need is your Very Vanilla first. The stamp sets that we're going to be using for this are the Designer Tea stamp set. So this is from the Celebration catalog. So for every $50 you spend in the annual or Occasions, you get something for free out of the Celebration catalog. So this is one of the stamp sets. So this only goes until March 31st. So you have about a month to do in order to buy this. So this is Designer Tea, and I have it in the wood stamps. So I am just using one from it, the Happy Birthday stamp. Then the other stamp set that we're going to be using is Mediterranean Moments, and I have it in the clear red rubber. Okay, so the first step we're going to want to do for this card is we're going to be using the soft suede ink pad and also a sponge, and I cut mine into pie shapes. That way I get a lot more out of one sponge. So we're going to be swiping on this, and what we're going to do is be sponging the Very Vanilla piece. We want to give this like an antique look, so we're going to be sponging but also getting it onto the front of the paper as well. So you want to do this on all 4 sides. Re-ink every time. The other piece that you're going to want to do this on is the designer series paper. So on this strip, you're also going to want to sponge the edges. It really makes it blend more nicer, I think. And it also makes the finish of the card much better. Okay. Next, what we want to do is we want to actually stamp onto the Very Vanilla. So I'm using the huge stamp, the Alleyway from the Mediterranean Moments, and I'm going to use soft suede again. And what we're going to do is stamping off a little bit to the left. So not in the center, but a little bit to the left. So you want to make sure this is nicely inked. It's a big stamp, so just make sure you get all the components of it inked. And you can double check and make sure. We want to go a little bit to the left and just press and hold on it. And there we go. So there is our Alleyway. The next thing we want to stamp is the little chair set. So you want to get your Very Vanilla circle out that has the stitches on it, and we're doing a little seating area. So same thing, the soft suede ink pad. Get nicely inked, and then just center it on there and press down. Okay. And there we go. Last thing we're going to be stamping is the happy birthday sentiment. So still that same soft suede. And I'm going to stamp it almost all the way to the left. There we go. Okay, so you can put the ink pad away. We are done with that. You want to cut this down and make it into a banner. So I'm going to snip it pretty short and then do the banner. So you could use your triple banner punch if you want for this, or just use scissors. Totally up to you. Okay. Now it's really just putting the card together. So one of my favorite things about this card is that it's super easy. You could make a bunch of it if you wanted to. So what we're going to do is you'll want to glue down your Very Vanilla sheet onto your So Saffron. So use any adhesive that you want and just center it on here so that the So Saffron is showing around all the edges. All right. Next, we're going to be doing our designer series paper. So you just want to center this along the edge so that you see the So Saffron, but you don't see the Very Vanilla poking out. And just do a strip of adhesive on that. Then your ribbon. So this is going across your designer series paper. You could use glue dots for this. I just use my adhesive. And then you want to put it right down the middle of your designer series paper here. There we go. Now we want to put down our brown paper first. Anywhere you want it. I put it like right on the edge so that you, it's right on the edge of the designer series paper. And then you want to put your stamped circle down in the middle of that brown circle. The soft suede. Okay, and then lastly, we're putting our happy birthday sentiment over it. There we go. Wasn't that easy? Super quick and fun, and I love how it looks. And then what I'm doing is using our watercolor pencils. These are back in stock now, so you are able to get them. And I'm just going to color in a few details on here. You could use the blender pens to really make it look finished, or the aqua pens and make it look like a watercolor artwork. But I like the look of just the colored pencils for this card. So it's totally up to you. And like I said before, I don't do any of the coloring of the Alleyway. I like that it's like a little magnificated that's not a word, like a zoomed in version of what's happening in the alley. So I like that this part is in color. And there we go. There is our finished card. So a super easy birthday card that you could make a bunch of at once. And everyone would love getting it. It's just a super fancy looking card. So check out my blog. The link will be below. You'll be able to see all the supplies I used for this card and also the measurements of everything. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you can be the first to get all of my videos and tutorials that I do. Make sure to follow my blog because that will have all the details and giveaway details and anything that I'm doing at the moment. If you're interested in my paper and ribbon swap, please reach out to me. That will give you a little bit of everything from the Occasions catalog, and I know that you would love it. And for now, keep stamping, Stampers. Thanks for watching. Bye.